Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'll make sure that we've got actual audio coming through this time so we don't have issues here. We're working just fine. Go. Welcome to Manhood. It's just a daily Bible study devotional that we do each day where I attempt to read the Word while playing Elden Ring and managing a few-week-old child. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. We've made it to Nokron, the Eternal City. I did go ahead and beat the Draconic Tree Sentinel yesterday on my own while I wasn't trying to hold a crying baby. So we took care of that. We go through a few things, though, here each time. Usually we'll go through yesterday's commitments and how we did. And then we'll go through gratitude for the day. Wonder why I can summon something here. Go through gratitude for the day. Then we'll go through the chapter. We're going through 1 Samuel chapter 29 today. And then we'll talk about any commitments I'm making today. If you all want to join, you're welcome to. But this is my public journal here. Is this a bad guy? There we go. I will say, first and foremost, we've been practicing. I don't know what I'm doing here. There you go. We've been practicing doing a nightly devotion. We've done Bible reading with the kids for a long time, but we've been practicing shifting it up and doing a, I'm gonna die. A time of worship. So we pull out the guitar and play that, and then we do reading and praying. It's been so good. It's actually probably one of my gratitudes for the day. It's been super, super good. I almost got frostbitten right there. That's about it, though. It was Saturday, so mainly I was focused on just enjoying time with the family and having fun, taking the day off. Gratitude for the day. So we go through 3 things we're thankful for. I am going to start with that. The devotions with the family have been really, really good. And the kids are actually really loving it. Yeah, the kids are really, really enjoying singing the songs and stuff. And so we are having to tailor it a little bit. We're having to teach them what is worship and what is just a fun song that they like. But that's all right. We have a good time. So that's one thing I'm grateful for. I'm actually super grateful. God has blessed us with a house that is big enough for what we need. And there's an item right here. And I'm super thankful for that. Last night was kind of rough with the baby, but we were able to. I was able to take the baby out at 3 in the morning and just go into his side room. And I haven't slept much, but I will say it was nice to be able to allow my wife to get some rest and me to still be in a bed. So that's huge. And when her family comes over, they're able to stay there. We can open up our house for people. So super grateful for that. And yeah, we didn't necessarily get sleep, but we had space and we allowed for my wife to get some rest. And she's still here with me right now. So we'll see how long we can make this last. That's 2. I got to think of a third one. Is there going to stuff fall from the sky here? Let's see. What am I supposed to do with these guys? I'm just going to grab this and leave. We'll see you later. All right. What is my third? Gosh. Those guys are probably good. The great sword guys. I can't even kill those guys. TikTok is telling me encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. No, I'm good. You guys don't have to share this. We'll earn that for us later. There's a lot of guys here. I don't remember this being this intense last time I was in here. Oh, you know what else I'm grateful for? Final thing here, and then we'll move on to reading. Yesterday, we had some people from church bring us... Yesterday was Valentine's Day, which was great. But it was like the last day of the meal train that someone had set up for us. And these people that we're really close to, and they're awesome. Awesome family. They brought us like a full-on Valentine's Day meal. Oh, I'm going to die over here. So we had like... They brought like shrimp, steak, stuff for the kids to make chocolate-covered strawberries. I mean, I guess anyone could have eaten the chocolate-covered strawberries. And then they made the kids these little, like, pepperoni pizza rose cup things. It was the coolest, man. It was awesome. And I was super grateful for that. That's probably my... What is this? Nothing. So, yeah, that's my third. Okay, we're going to go get Mimic Tier today. That's one of our jobs. What was that? Oh, careful. Careful. I missed that guy. I need to get out of here. This is not going to work. I need to, hold on. Let me route around. Okay. Oh, here you go. So we're going into 1 Samuel chapter 29. For some reason, my iPad just went on the absolute lowest brightness setting, so I can't see it at all. There we go. All right. So yesterday, what did we read? We read David attempts to call up Samuel from the dead. That doesn't really go his way. God does, for some reason, allow for this medium to call forth Samuel, and she's terrified when he arrives. Part of that says, though, because she realizes it's actually Saul talking to her. She feels like she's going to get killed by Saul. But Samuel does come forth, and he's like, "Hey, God has abandoned you. You're done for, and you're going to die. This is just a waste of space. Isn't it? Some butterflies. There you go." And so then he despairs, essentially. He won't eat or drink anything. They finally convince him to. And that's where we've left off, right? The Philistines are coming up against him. And David is in the rank of the Philistines, which we've talked about before, is actually, I view as one of his greater failures throughout his story. A lot of people are well aware of like the story of Bathsheba and Uriah the Hittite. But I would also say that this is a pretty massive failure, somewhat on part of that. I'm more than welcome to be correct on that. I could be wrong, but that's my view. He's literally sent a prophet earlier on in his time to go back to his homeland, and then he finally leaves again, and then he becomes like essentially a raiding bandit against people for no apparent reason. So, 1 Samuel 29. Now the Philistines had gathered all their forces at Aphek, and the Israelites were encamped by the spring that is in Jezreel. As the lords of the Philistines were passing on by hundreds and by thousands, and David and his men were passing on in the rear with Achish. So he's with the king of Gath. And it's hard to tell if Achish is the king over all the Philistines or just the king over the Gath Philistines. But I just don't know the answer to that. The commanders of the Philistines said, "What are these Hebrews doing here?" And Achish said to the commanders of the Philistines, "Is this not David, the servant of Saul, king of Israel, who has been with me now for days and years, and since he deserted to me, I have found no fault in him to this day." So this guy's done pretty good for me. I don't know what you guys are upset about. We're going to have to... Hold on. I'm good. I don't need any promotion. goodness, you have to wait. I'm just going to parry myself over and over again. Oh, I missed it. Oh, that was terrible. Alright. We have to parry throughout this whole thing. Ooh, I gave him crystal. There we go. We're going to get it. We're going to get it. Everybody hold on. Did I just parry a throwable? Ooh, alright. That didn't work out. We're going to try again. Are you on the Mimic tier? I am on the Mimic tier, yes. We're on the Mimic tier right now. I just lost to him. And we're reading 1 Samuel 29. Ake is just trying to defend David to the rest of the... Biggest piece of advice to new Elden Ring players. No, I'm not going to take off my stuff before I spawn in. That reduces all the joy of playing against him. I want to die to this guy like 5 or 6 times. Biggest piece of advice for me is like do what's actually fun to you. A lot of people make a lot of like stink about whether or not you should use summons or how you should play or certain types of play styles. Just do whatever's actually fun. Also, don't be afraid to leave something behind and come back to it later. And also search around everything. The more you search, the higher level you're going to get, the more stuff you're going to get, and it's going to get great. It's going to get a lot more fun. I keep trying to jump right. Don't do that. Do not jump right into the story. Forget. Actually, it's probably best if you just completely forget about the story. Just wander around and enjoy the time, just like exploring. That's gonna be by far the most fun. Well, that was the most fun for me. This is on, I think, my 3rd or 4th playthrough now. I want to pick these up. Nope, I'm gonna die. Getting too much build up. Missed. There we go. Okay. Keep doing that dumbly. Got him. So, I don't think the Commanders of the Philistines is going to have that. Hold on. Oh, I didn't realize he could heal himself. I feel like that should have... There we go. You're not in heaven. That's coming later. I'm not even that good at this, so don't get too excited. But I'm happy that you're here. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on, back up. He's probably better at being me than I am at being me. There we go. Oh, I thought I was going to... Nope. Hold on. We have to parry him. That's the only way to do it. Nope. Back up. Any tips for new samurai users? I don't know. Swing your sword. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible at this. No, magic's great. It's all pretty great. There we go, we got him. Okay, so we're on 1 Samuel 29. Philistines are like, hey, what on earth is David doing in our ranks? The King Achish is like, listen, he's been great to me up to this point. He hasn't caused any issues. You don't get the Mimic tier when you kill the Mimic tier? What am I missing? I thought that was what you got for this. That's devastating. I thought that for sure that was the reward for killing the Mimic tier. We have to look it up. I'm going to have to look it up. All right. Okay, so they're not having it. The commanders of the Philistines were angry with him, and the commanders of the Philistines said to him, send the men back, that he may return to the place to which you have assigned him. So he had given him the land of Ziklag. You have to beat someone else. Wow. All right. We'll have to figure that out. That was the whole reason I was coming down here, was to get that. Okay. He shall not go down with us to battle, lest in battle he become an adversary to us. For how could this fellow reconcile himself to his Lord? Would it not be with the heads of the men here? Is not this David, of whom they sang to one another? Saul has struck down his thousands, and David his 10,000s. So this is the exact issue that came up before, right? And I need a lot of runes to level up. All right, we'll keep going. Exact issue that came up before. This is when he acted raving mad when he was before Achish, because they were like, listen, isn't this the guy that is like supposed to be the king of Israel? And now it's happening again. It's all falling apart. And this is one of the key ways that you can see. Oh, that's Moog's area. Okay. I got distracted. Sorry. Hold on. One of the key areas that you can see how David has made a mistake, and this is not necessarily good what he's done up to this point, especially with his beat stars. Well, I just did that. That's where we are now. I beat Star Scourge Razan. I'm in Nokron. I just beat the deal. We need to... Is there a different guy in here further in, I'm assuming? Inside, navigate to Knight's Sacred Ground area. Okay. I will. I don't know what that is. Go ahead. What is that? Boogie? Boogie Santana, ask your question. What do you got? Okay. I think I might have one. Let's see. That was one of the rules I made when I started playing, is I was going to use everything in my inventory, and I haven't touched a single thing the entire time. But I get really distracted trying to read this thing. I can definitely forget that. I appreciate the Google search for us. That's awesome. All right, we got to finish this chapter though. Yeah, Boogie, let us know what your question is. So then Achish said to David, called David and said to him, as the Lord lives, you have been honest, and to me it seems right that you should march out with me in this campaign, for I have found nothing wrong in you from the day of your coming to me to this day. Now, granted, that's all a lie, right? David's been going out and killing all the people of the Philistines, like just mercilessly and uselessly as well. I'm going to come back to that right after I finish saying this, but David has been lying, because he's essentially gone out. He's gone into random villages of the Philistines, killed every man, woman, and child, so no one can report back to Achish what's going on. And then tells Achish, I went and did that in Judah, which is the land of Israel. So in Achish's mind, he's been great. He's gone against Israel. He's shown no signs of any issues. He's been like literally fighting against his own people. Seek precious items. Is there a way down? I'm not. No thanks. I'm good. Okay. Nevertheless, the Lord did not approve of you, so go back now and go peacefully. Hey, Boogie, stick around. I'm going to answer your question if you'll give me just a second here. So go back now and go peaceably, that you may not displease the lords of the Philistines. And David said to Achish, but what have I done? What have you found in your servant from the day I entered your service until now, that I may not go and fight against the enemies of the Lord, of my Lord the king? So he's also claiming literally the enemies of God as his Lord. Right? This is another super problematic piece here. And Achish answered David, I know that you are as blameless in my sight as an angel of God. Again, another lie. He's not. He has actively done things against Achish and then lied to Achish about it. Nevertheless, the commanders of the Philistines have said, he shall not go up with us to battle. Now then, rise early in the morning with the servants of your Lord who came with you, and start early in the morning and depart as soon as you have light. So David set out with his men early in the morning to return to the land of the Philistines, but the Philistines went up to Jezreel. So this has fallen apart on him. Did not go the way that he was looking for. Can I drop down here? No, I'm not going to try. I'm not even going to try. Okay, Boogie, if you're still here, first off, well, let me know. Are you still here? Is this a thing that we should answer? Actually, we'll just answer it and we'll see. Oh yeah, I think you just wrote again. So real quick, clarity's sake for you, so that you know who you're listening to. I'm not Catholic. I would be like Protestant Christian. So if you're okay listening to someone of that belief system, I'll answer the question of what I understand from my reading. So the question is, sometimes I miss Mass and I forget to pray. Will God forgive me every time if I'm truly sorry? How can I show God I'm really serious about my faith in him? So I have... We're going root gospel first, and then we'll circle back around. So the concept of... I think there's a bit of a misnomer, possibly, in your understanding of the... like... What does this guy say real quick? Hold on. Okay, that's just talking about... Moving on. So Christ came to the earth because mankind could not hold to God's law. God gave us all a pathway to himself through his law, right? Given to the people of Israel back in the Old Testament. And essentially his statement was, if you just honor and serve me in this way and show me glory, everything will go well with you. There were promises made that were just contingent on them understanding his character and following it, right? Nonstop, we've all failed that. That's like the root issue of all of mankind, is that every single one of us have taken part in the sin of Adam and Eve from the very beginning and have gone astray. None of us are cleansed of that. None of us are clean of it. It's also biblically we are born into sin. So literally from birth, we are born as sinful, as people who reject the true nature of God, and we live in a stained world, right? And this is where a lot of the problematic pieces of, people who struggle with how could a good God do this, how could a good God do that, allow all this to happen. But if God cuts out all the evil in the world, that's all of us as well. We are cut out and cut down as well. And so you've got the situation where we're all given an opportunity to come back to God because Jesus Christ himself came to the earth. He took our sin and our punishment, lived a perfect life for us. So he lived perfectly according to the law. This is why he says, I have not come to abolish the law, but I have come to fulfill the law, right? He came and he lived perfectly in the way that all of us should have from the very beginning. And then he gave his life up willingly for us. And that may be, everyone here may be like, yeah, okay, whatever, yes, we all know that. But I think it's important to answer the question that you're talking about because it goes directly into it. So so from there, right, we've got a situation where we are without hope of being able to come before a holy God. Jesus Christ comes to this earth, lives the life we should have lived, and then says, hey, this now is your life to take on. If you put your faith in me, you now carry forward my life as I take on your death. I'm going to take the death that you deserve for the sins that you've given. Now you get to carry forward my life. And so when the question comes up in the way that you've asked it, I think what the bit of the misnomer that may be going on in your mind is that, okay, I still need to earn something, right? I still need to pursue to a certain degree in order to earn the thing that I need to earn in order to get to heaven. And what I would argue, and this is not me saying we should not attend church, we should not attend Mass, we should not pray regularly to God. That's not my point here. Please don't misread what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that your pathway has nothing to do with what you have done in your past or what you will do in your future. That your justification specifically. So the actual will God forgive me? It's like God has already provided forgiveness for all time for you. If you put your faith in Christ, right? If you put your faith in who Christ is and what he did and say, I believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, that he came to this earth, that he lived a perfect life, and that he rose again on the third day. He sacrificed his life for me, rose again on the third day, and he is seated at the right hand of God in majesty, overcoming all sin and death. I'm going to die. Yeah, I died. We'll try again. And he's interceding for me, right? Do I believe God would forgive a serial killer? 100% I do. With zero hesitation, I do. Now, you're asking a question, though, that seems to be fueled from, like, an issue of how could God forgive someone that evil? And I understand the concern there. How am I back here? Didn't I sit down at that? Did I just turn it on and I didn't sit down in it? Once again, this is, have you truly put your faith in Christ? Because I think the other caveat to the question of would God forgive a serial killer is there is no one. No, this isn't my first playthrough. I think it's like my second or third, but it's been a long time since I've played through this. And it's very different trying to play through it while talking to a bunch of people. But it's fun. I have a good time. So I did sit here. Why did it put me back over there? I beat the mimic tier just now. I'm trying to go find the actual like summon mimic tier. Okay, so Christ brings your forgiveness. He takes on your death so you could take on his life. In the same way that I believe a serial killer deserves death, right? That would be my opinion, that from a justice perspective, a serial killer deserves to die. Now, Jesus Christ can take the eternal punishment of that person's death if that person truly does repent and believe in max out mimic tier. Yeah, I don't know where to find it is my issue. Hold on. Oh, my stuff's over there. I had to get that. Okay, that's not working out for me. Yeah, I just got to figure out where the mimic tier is, because when you kill the mimic tier boss down here, you don't get the mimic tier summon. Okay, sorry, I'm rambling, but I think it's important to understand this. So he takes our punishment, we take his life. That's what I walk forward in now. So when it says like I am a different creature, right? The old is gone, the new has come. I also believe like the word says that we must be given a new heart. We have a heart of stone. It must be turned to flesh. I fully believe that that's true. That no one of their own desire and push is going to pursue God. It says no one pursues God. No, not one. All have abandoned. All have fallen short. All have fallen away. And so it takes the Spirit coming into our life to change our heart. And this is where when we talk about the serial killer piece, I think it's important to understand, like, yes, a serial killer can be forgiven, but the key there is that this is not just a lot of people are like, well, how could that be? It's just, you're saying it's just as simple as them just saying like one prayer and then it's all better. It's like, no. Christ comes, the Spirit indwells this person, and they are made a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come. Their old died on the cross. True Christianity forgive Judah. I don't know what that means. You mean Judas? Or do you mean Judah when you say Judas when you say Judah? Maybe that's just like a different pronunciation. I'm not sure. So we're given a new heart. The Spirit indwells us, and we are given new desires, right? And so when we talk about that person, in my opinion, is no longer a serial killer. They may have to deal with the consequences here on earth of their decisions and what they've done. Oh yeah, so yeah, Judas, yeah, and he may be Judah in a different name. I don't know how to write his name in English. Yeah, so Judah, and maybe that's just the writing. I mean, Jesus is the line of the tribe of Judah as well, so it makes sense. It's like Jesus is really Yeshua, so that makes sense to me. Do these guys fight me? Okay, I'll get to answering your actual question now. Sorry, I spoke for a long time. So, my concern is the question about how can I show God I'm really serious about my faith in him? I think I have played Shadow of War. I'm not sure. So the question was, sometimes I miss Mass and forget to pray. Will God forgive me? So my opinion there is... gonna die. Let's bring in this. Oh, I can't bring in the jellyfish. Yeah, we're good. Come over here. Oh, look, I can bring in a jellyfish here. Hey. Oh, Mick, he's gonna kill me. Is the jellyfish fighting someone else now? This jellyfish is the worst. Oh, he switched focus. Okay. Bloodhound Fang is one of the best weapons. That's great. So is it wrong to be curious about how things work in a scientific point of view? Like how do ghosts live? And how do angels fly, etc.? So this is interesting. I might have to pick up my daughter here. 1 second. So the question about, like, first off, I would argue that God created science. So you asking the question about whether we can. Oh, is that what I'm doing? I'm clicking the wrong button. Oh, is it not? So I need to figure out how to make this. 1 second. I got to make chat bigger because I'm like blind. And now I have to sit further back because I'm holding a baby. Can I increase the... There we go. That's way better. He's not real, bro. Okay, cool. If you, I mean, you don't have to watch this. You can scroll right on by. But my perspective is that Christ came to change your heart. The Spirit indwells in you. So when we ask the questions of, like, if I miss Mass, am I going to be forgiven? Or I forget to pray, am I going to be forgiven? I think that is a... like you've already been forgiven. Oh, nice. You did 3 first time. That's my perspective. Is like you're already a different Like if you truly accept Jesus Christ, you are a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come. You're indwelt with the Spirit. If you stay in step with the Spirit, He's going to lead you into all righteousness. And He's got a plan. And so if there's something we're struggling with, like, hey, I'm forgetting to pray, or hey, I'm struggling to get to church or to Mass or whatever it is, it's like, okay, well, hey, like, seek after Him, lean into Him on that. Like, hey, how can I, like, God, can you help me do better here? Can you lead me in this? Can you help me here? That's my perspective. Of like, he is the one that's going to help you get there. We already have proven, if we're talking about Jesus, we're already agreeing that we can't do it. We can't make it. That's why we're saying we need Jesus. Because if I could do it myself by, like, attending Mass correctly and praying unceasingly and being perfect, then I wouldn't have a need for Christ. I think the most important thing of Christianity is love, and the other stuff comes from it. Yeah, I mean, that's the greatest of these is love. That's biblical, right? And I think that's another thing, is sometimes we can get so caught up in, and this is actually a lot of the way, my belief is this is a lot of the way that the enemy works, is in the same way in the garden, he told Eve, he's like, hey, if you eat this fruit, you will be like God. I think we hear a lot of the same things in just a different fashion now, right? So we're sitting here and it's like, man, I didn't go to Mass this week. I didn't go to church this week, whatever you call it. I think someone asked, I'm a Protestant Christian, so I'm neither necessarily Orthodox or Catholic. I'm just like There you go. Last sight of grace. We fixed it this time. But I think that the enemy talks in a very similar phrasing now. It's just in a different way. No, I agree. I don't think just going to church makes you a Christian. I think it's very, very clear it doesn't. I think that there are always going to be people sitting in churches that show up at the gates of heaven, and Jesus says this. So I'll let me finish my thought, and then I'll go back to that. So a lot of times the enemy will look at us and try to attempt to bring our shame into the picture and talk about how it's like, in the same way he tells Eve, if you eat this fruit, you will be like God, appealing to her pride. He appeals to our pride in two ways. But I think one of the key ways that he'll do this is by asking you the question, shouldn't you be more like God? I think, Boogie, that's like part of your question is, at this point, I should be more like God. I should be going to Mass. I should be praying all the time. And it's like, in my opinion, I think the enemy can work in our minds and keep us from doing what, I can't read your name. I'm so blind. Dizilis Guda or whatever. I can't read your name. You're going to have to pronounce it for me. What they said about, hey, it's not all about going to church. It's like the enemy's going to tell you it's all about like all these things that you're doing, whether or not you're taking it, like you're reading about science or not. And if that disrespects God, it's like, no. God created the logical order of the universe. Like, he's not offended by you looking into the created logic of the universe. No, that's his design and his creation. He wants you to be in awe of that and look into it. Most major scientists of world history have been strong Christian men. And so, no, that's not a problem. That's not an issue. And I think it's a lot of the times the work of the enemy to be questioning, like, why aren't you more like God yet? Why aren't you more like God? No, look at the Roman centurion. Like, the question was, you're not doing anything wrong to think about science. I totally agree. I think it's really, really a flawed thought process to think that science and God are in opposition in any way when they're not. They're in total connection. Like, you're not supposed to shut down your logical brain in order to follow Christ. But one of the more important issues is not getting caught up in like some sort of performance-based belief system where if you're not doing perfectly, you feel like you may not be saved. Because it's Christ who saves. You can't do anything to save yourself. Was I just a... I can't find the last thing. I'm looking for the last. I don't know where the last thing is. Oh, almost died. You guys see that? Saved it. Saved it. Okay, we got a few more minutes here. Can I get up there? What does this say? You're not doing anything wrong. Yeah, I agree. Not doing anything wrong. I also believe things that happen in life outside our control is God's plan. So you shouldn't. All this work for a weak boss. Yeah, I mean, or all this work for just a good time. You know, that's the other thing. It could just be enjoying myself. That's what I'm doing. Look at this. All this work for just a super cool spot. Thanks, KFT. Thanks for following as well. Glad to have you here. Okay, tomorrow we're going to be reading 1 Samuel 30, and I think there's only one chapter after that. So I think we're moving into Luke after that. So in the next couple of days, we do this every morning. My time, this is 5:30 a.m. That's Mountain Time in America. I don't know what time zone you're in, but that's where I'm at. Let's kill this guy real quick. Oh, he has a lot of health. All right. I remember I spent 3 hours for the gold knight at the beginning, finding out it was optional. Yeah. Okay, great. So it's 6:30 a.m. start time for you. Just give me that, Mistral head. Okay. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be doing that. Today's commitments, I'm just going to work on taking care of the family today. It's Sunday. We're going to go to church. My wife was up all night with this little baby girl. She's great. I've been up since about 3, but yeah, I'm on PC. I don't know if it's actually running that well. It's hard when I added TikTok to it, and it seems to chug a little bit. I almost just died again. Can I get... I don't even... Oh, I can't... Well, what's that area? No item ahead. Let's go around here. I'm gonna get upset. Probably gotta go take care of this little girl here. Hold on. Hold on. Gotta want it. Nope. Nope. Can I not get up there? Am I just stuck here? Do I just have to go and fast travel to this? Mimic tier makes the game so easy. Well, I'm in the Nokron area. I don't know if I'm in the city. Do I need to drop down here to go into the city? Nope. Almost died. You gotta want it. Seek this way. We're gonna go get the Mimic tier. But I gotta hop off here, so I gotta go. I'll play until she starts whining again. She's in my arm right now, down below your line of sight. Danger ahead. It's fine. I think we'll be okay. Those guys. It's going to be in a chest. Okay, cool. You guys see that? Do you guys see that? Celestial Dew. Thanks for the follow, Takeo. You don't have to kill any boss for it. Okay. I think I just lost cam right here. Hold on. Gotta fix it. See if that works. Are we back? Did we get it? Yeah, we're back. Let's rock. Oh, man. It's getting hot in this room. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Have you tried Ruin Farms? What's Ruin Farms? You talking about like farming runes? Or are you talking about something else? Use the EOS webcam. Isn't that the worst? Then a capture card. Or has he? Well, it's so here's the issue. Like, yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best. But when I do a capture card, this camera looks way worse. And I cannot. So like, if I got a like battery replacement pack thing, you know, where it like is like a battery, but it's plugs in. But the problem with it is that it like does not. I feel like that should be working. There we go. It doesn't work. Like EOS won't pick it up. But then the capture card thing I can't make work well because this camera doesn't have like an HDMI function, so you can see like all the. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but like there's a bunch of lines and stuff on there because it's like taking the display of the. It's taking the display of the actual camera itself, so it doesn't look like a clear picture. It's a problem. Okay, there are multiple ways you can get to a lot of ruins fast for every. Runes. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was misreading what you were saying. Rune farming. I have in previous playthroughs. I have not in this one. But a lot of that's just because we're just sitting here talking about the Bible and stuff. That's another reason why I'm not doing any like crazy weapons or anything. But if we can think of a really, really good play style, or like, I don't know, we could like role play as a tree sentinel or something. I'm more than happy to switch up and do that. Have some fun. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. But whoops, I just rolled off a cliff. It's like a background stuff. I don't know what that means. What do you mean it's a background stuff? I mean, I am playing right now, but it's just tough because it's like trying to read the Bible while you play video games, especially a game like Elden Ring, is not the easiest thing to do. But we're getting okay at it. We're all right. I mean, the game is like with the background, but mostly you're talking about. But yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, I mean, I'm playing through it, and we've made some pretty good progress. But it's definitely more probably Bible study heavy than just like sick gameplay, because I actually generally suck at video games. So if you're here for like awesome gameplay, it's probably not the spot for you. What do we got going on back here? I don't even think I can get anything out of this. Hey, what does it mean when it pops up and it says somebody has lit up their gifts for something? I don't even know what that means. It's like a TikTok thing. I'm not sure what's going on there. Is this where it is? If it's not, I'm going to be upset. I just used my stone sword key for this. We finished our Bible study today. We'll be back here tomorrow, though. Same time. We're going to be reading through chapter 30 of 1 Samuel. There we go. We're about to find out, everybody. We might have just solved our entire push for this little session here. There it is. Way to go. All right, we got it. Should we take it to, we're going to take it to, where am I going here? Hold on. How do you just quickly go to this one? I haven't been back here in a long time. It needs special flowers to upgrade. Do I have any of them? Probably not. Let's go see, though. Back here. Let's find out if we have any of the special flowers. I've got some. Hold on. Calm down. Let's keep going. I just need a whole bunch more runes. That's my issue. I should have done that rune farming you were talking about earlier. Which boss are you at? So I just beat the Draconic Tree Sentinel, heading into, what's the capital city called? I forget. Heading into the capital city, wherever that's at. So we're heading in there. We can go and fight Morgoth. I have not gone into the Halig Tree or anything like that. Okay, we got it all the way up to +6. Morgoth. I have not beat Morgoth the second time. Or is it Marg at the beginning? I can't remember what his name is initially. Yeah, so we've got the second version of that guy in the capital city. I have to go fight. Does that make sense? I think. All right, we're signing off. Hope you guys have a great day. Keep Christ the center focus of your life. Stay in step with the Spirit. And we're going to go. We'll be back here. We're here 7 days a week. We're usually 45 to 50 minutes. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you commenting. And we will see you guys, if you want to be here tomorrow morning. Same time, 5:30 a.m. Mountain. What is that, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time? So you guys have a good day. God bless. Peace out. Bye. And end.